Hello, my name is Ashley Ball, and this is my take on the 5 functions of leadership, what each of these functions means to me, and how each relates to leadership and organizational development. Not only did this course teach me about the 5 fundamental themes to leadership, we all know them now: the vision, the mission, shared values, strategy, empowerment, and engagement. But it really informed me how each is important, how each can be applied to any organization, and most importantly, how each is related and really interdependent on one another. I thought Matthew Fairholm's description of the organizational system illustrated this perfectly. In his article titled Leadership and Organizational Strategy, which was published by the Innovation Journal, he describes the organizational system as the skin and bones being the goals and outcomes, which are enlivened by and infused with organizational soul, which are the values, vision, and underlying reasons of being, or the mission. I felt his account really depicted how each element of leadership connects, and it truly inspired me to see the organization and leadership as a system, similar to that of the human body and its systematic functions, where the heart, the brain, the other organs, the nervous system, they all work together to function as one. I feel like this systematic relationship really helped me understand the purpose of each of the 5 functions of leadership and how each of them serves the organization and are interrelated. So we start out with the human body, which represents organizational leadership. Shared values make up the heart of an organization and really serve as the foundation and moral compass of an organization, kind of guiding it through decision-making, actions, etc. Then we have the mission and vision, which are also derived from the values and sit at the heart of the organization as well. I like to think they kind of pump its purpose and envisioned future throughout the company and to leadership's mind where the goals reside, and this is also where strategic thinking takes place. So this model right here really represents that the vision, mission, and shared values are truly core to leadership's goals and remain on the forefront of leadership's decision-making and strategic thinking, kind of as it prepares a strategy to achieve the goals, which are once again based on the shared values, the mission, and vision of the organization. So I just want to point out that I introduced the values, vision, and mission prior to the goals. And this is really because these 3 fundamental components of the organization must be established, really understood and committed to in order for employees to align their behavior and their goals to those of the organization. So moving along, we have the external forces, such as the marketplace, competition, global trends, and the organization's strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, which can be identified through a SWOT analysis. So these external factors are also considered by leadership in the strategic thinking process. So strategic thinking formulates a strategic plan, represented by this arrow, and that strategic plan is communicated to management. Management then executes the strategy in the form of planning, reporting, directing, and budgeting to the rest of the organization. And I feel like this illustration really depicts the difference in strategic thinking, which focuses on the bigger picture and takes into consideration the environmental factors indicated on the previous slide, and strategic planning, which more so involves data analysis and to me can really be compared to checking tasks off of a to-do list. So in this model, communication is really a 3-part process. So per the previous slide, it flows from leadership to management to the organization, who then provides feedback in return back up to leadership. So it's kind of a top-down, bottom-up form of communication. I think it's important to note that trust in leadership must first be established for this effective communication to take place. I think this trust can be attained whenever leaders truly act out the company's values, mission, and vision for all to see through their behaviors, their decision-making, their attitudes, etc. And all of these actions, again, should really derive from the organization's values, mission, and vision. So once this trust is established, leadership can then go on to communicate the strategy for management to execute, and management can also solicit employee feedback in the process to increase their involvement and engagement in the organization and the strategic implementation. So I see the systematic communication loop really indicates the effectiveness of the strategic plan and provides, more so because it provides feedback up to leadership. My biggest takeaway from this course is how it truly provided me with the insight and the resources to reflect on my own leadership traits, and evaluate my strengths and weaknesses, and really sharpen and hone my skills to ensure that each core function of leadership that we've learned really contributes and makes a positive impact on the organization. For example, the assignments, the journals, the discussions throughout the course indicated to me that I'm proficient in all 5 areas of leadership, but my strengths really reside in the empowerment and engagement competencies. Along with strengths, we have weaknesses. This course also indicated to me that I really need to focus on making improvements in the shared values, vision, and mission of leadership development. I think a lot of this, is due to the fact that my department's vision and mission and I guess shared values really guide my work more than the vision and mission of the organization. And I think this is really because my team's vision and mission don't relate closely enough to those of the organization. And in retrospect, this really causes me to lose sight of the overarching, organizational purpose in my daily job functions. So learning from this, I can take this into consideration as I do move into a leadership position and really ensure that my team's mission and vision not only align and relate to the organizations, but that they're truly shared among team members. And I can ensure this by soliciting employee feedback and really involving them in the design and the development of the team's values, vision, and mission. So I hope my presentation helped paint the picture for you as it did me, and I appreciate your time, and I thank you.